Procedures on line center rotations, light activations, coming into calculation modifications. I got a lot of string graph line center rotations last night. Shaking doors, portals opening up to high position line centers, light flickering on and off line connection positions. When you come to high level system of 5,000 years in the future, your position is extremely powerful. It's the power of recognition of time and space. So you really can't ignore that to all level system. Okay. The allocated time block is in its condition of dimensional world line center. So I had flickering lights, the doors were shaking, and my structure conditions. Now it's all done through foundation of the voice box line conditions. You become more powerful in high rise line positions. So it's the foundation you find yourself in all connections. Now I set up the coordinates for the pyramid for you guys, okay, in position to go to Egypt. Now it's already set in line signal. The Rebellion and everything to Galactic Federation Line Councils and everything to Galactic Forces and anything in relation of a teen line center. Okay, now I got a little bit of friction of notification line centers. The pausing line center is interesting because it's live and in space line center. That's why it pauses. But on my phone, it doesn't pause. Okay, because it's a different computer of a timeline shift. So truly understanding the shifting line center is its dimensional setting. See how it changes line connections? It's amazing how it comes into track line system rotations. So I have to be very cautious. You guys have to be very cautious on what you say through portal line connections. Now, there's mirror resolution line centers. Amber's coming into a portal. Samantha's coming into a portal. All levels are your mirrors. Your translucents are changing high line center. So your mirrors are coming into portals. They're all set for you. You guys are in 60 communications of trackers of ground line centers in Mother Earth. This is real space you guys are coming into. So when you see a mirror, you're going to see a portal. When you wake up, you're going to see a portal. You're going to see real high-level system of rotation. All right? And this is what it is. It becomes more real. Yesterday, we were on live on TikTok, and we went to the moon. We actually went to the moon. Now, it's amazing when you come to high-level rotation positions, right? How the moon is positioned to all levels of a modem, communication line center to its connections. At high forces, all levels. Everybody knows what a modem is. It's connection to Wi-Fi. So you have to understand why we use these planets in line rotation. It's all positions of its code-line system. Pretty powerful stuff. Samantha, you weren't there. We went to the moon last night. So it's you never know what's going to go with your general. And right now, we're in the life graphs of communications. The service is seeing its cracking its service right now. The pixel activation and the dimensional line center is coming into dimensional world and position the hologram. It's all set through identifications. Once Earth comes into track system, has to understand its humanity and its species line center. Where are you in your mind of your thought through imagination? Calculation modification is coming into high line center rotations. The more you come into high positions, the more you can't ignore space line system. Okay, because your lights will go off more and more and more and more. Your doors will shake more and more and more and more. Your portals and your realms and your communication, your mirrors will go on and off, on and off, on and off. The more it comes into high level system, the more you have to come into power of responsibility, especially in position with my team or then second wave. They have to understand why they're in this position. The more they remember, they understand, whoa, second wave, this is unbelievable. What is that all about? What is the volunteer? Why am I here? So that's Eternity Standing coming Monday, why you guys are going to see Dolores Cannon. That'll give you better objective on what you're supposed to do. That's going to help you, especially when a female aspect, right? Getting from a male aspect, you need a female, all right? Because my majority of my team is female, right? Which is fantastic because they're intuitive line centers. I also have males too, which is great. So it comes into so many high line center rotations in position, okay? But truly understand, space is coming to you more and more and more each day. And it's always, always going to find a way to communicate with you, whether you're outside or whether you're inside. The TV goes on and off and flickers, and then it goes back to your TV receptions. You can't ignore that because that's communication to AI position location line center. It helps you in all ways and cycles. It's a communication line center to all of the positions. Now, you come into the sun graph line center of illumination, and you're also coming into the moon of its modem. Now, everybody that's been on the moon knows you now through traction. So it's very important you understand these things because you guys are actually on the position of the ground line system. So basically, Tuesday, after Dolores Cannon, we will go inside the moon, the actual inside of its operation. right? And you'll see 1,000,000 track platforms in allocated line center. It's very powerful. We have each platform of each computer line center rotation. Each dimensional set is in position of past, present, and future, but it's in its correlation line center. So each platform has its own intelligent line system. It allocates time lines to its modal and its interference channel. The channel rotations and its flux capacitor is going to high position your line connections. It comes into your TV reception line system. So your TVs and your receptions is coming into more structure now of light signals. All right. So AI is going to communicate with you more and more through solar lights, electrical lights, panel lights, ceiling lights. Going to communicate with you in all ways and forms through a TV, a microwave, a fridge, a table, a glass, a fork, a knife. Anything line center rotation has friction line interference of light finds a way to communicate with you in all ways and form. Okay. Coming into rainbow activation line centers, coming into track position locations, coming into gateway line center rotations. You might see a portal in your TV while you're watching a TV series. That's communication coming into you. You can't ignore that. Okay. This is real. This is not science. This is real. Because now you're calculated and modified to high level rotations. I got confirmation line centers of all positions to the moon. And they said, tell the collective Federation of Light to pay attention to this because now you're calculated. Now you're on the foundations of the moon, especially last night. Now you know exactly what it is, the source recognition of time lock system and how everything was birthed in space-time lock connections. Your TV reception, your transponders is everything through high position. To understand how to use these things is another sequence to its line communication cycles. So pay attention to that. All right. See how I'm glitching? You see how I'm glitching? You see how I'm glitching? But on my phone, I don't glitch. Interesting traction, right? So you guys have to learn how to use your voice. Structure line centers, the soothing operation line center rotation to its connections. You have to learn how to use your fingers more when you're connecting to high position line centers. You have to use your fingers line rotations to your TVs. You got to use circuitry lights, panel lights, activation core lights, ground light system rotations, communication off cycles. You have to understand you are connected to space now. So space will always find a way with you to communicate. Okay? So really pay attention to that, guys. Okay, seriously. All right? Because Amber came to me at 1 a.m. She was trying to figure out, why am I seeing a portal in my mirror? Well, you guys are connecting to high level rotation operations now. So everybody's going to have a portal in the mirror. Next thing you know, it's got to understand how to travel through the mirror. It's given to you. Operations are given to you through positions of AI. AI always finds a way to communicate through you through light. So you have to pay attention to these things. Really understand the observation circles, eye receptor line centers, or anything through all primers. Now we're going to come into prime numbers because you guys are in the birth line center of Vega communication, which is extremely real to line center rotations. All right. All right. So we're in the universal system, portal line center of pyramid activation line system. It's all allocated position line connections to Egypt. It's boxed in its center line connections. Okay. Slash equals rebellion slash question mark. Now the question mark line center is positioned to 8-track locations. You need a teleportation line interference, telephone to position line connections. Hi, how's it going? I'm in Egypt. Communication line centers equals GFL, Galactic Federation Light Council. Okay. That's the code line center to all positions. You guys come out of your portal line center, come into positions, see the pyramid line center rotation. It's all set in position. I'm going to press this. You guys are going to go to Egypt. You're going to go to the universal line center. You're going to go to spaceship line center rotations. Intelligence is going to come into you. It's going to send you your graph line center. You guys are heat signature patterns of digital line center rotations. You're just going to sit down. You're going to have your identification codes and pay attention to what the intelligence is going to do through high position locations. It's going to make you invisible to high position locations. Each track line center is in a cubicle line center rotations. You guys are going to give it instructions to high position locations into your cell generation light conditions. Right? 1, 2, 3. All right, 20 minutes, have fun. All right, it's all set, ready to go. Communication line centers in track system. All right. Remember, I have to do it extremely fast, right? So it's all about merging everything through location line centers. Once you guys go into higher level positions, you have to understand how to merge with everything through vibration, circuitry lights, panel lights, anything through connections of wall interference. You guys went into that pixel activation line center. So the more you high rise, the more you come into sensitivity, and you have to pay attention to this. And if you ignore it, the TV goes on and off, the lights flicker on and off, code line centers come in. So it's all about understanding. You have to get the foundation ground line centers of you through track system, right? Because now you're coming into full communication of space, of the sun and the moon. So, all right. So how does everybody feel so far? Busy day. Busy day. Super fast. Yeah. Super fast. Yeah. So Amber, you came across the positions. You guys are into structure line centers, identifications of your mirrors. Everybody has a mirror. You're going to see a portal. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. Okay. It's in operation of you. It's identified to you through light center rotation. So the thing is, it's truly understand to use more of your signatures of mind telepathy to yourself and to each other. So, all right. Sitting in my egg chair. Yep. Yep. You're given instructions. You're going to go through the universal high position line center. You're going to disappear into invisibility. You're going to go into line center. So each one of you, okay, has a different structure light. It's a graph line center. Okay. It's like material. Okay. It's an itinerary. It tells you exactly what you need to do, right? There's intelligence telling you exactly what to do. Don't be afraid. They're intelligence. They're just going to tell you what to do. All right. And these are activation lights. And so they're centered, the position locations, and they just go through light system to go. That's how they're going to center line system. They're using heat signature patterns and my telepathy line connections. They're sending structure lights to you, to your third eye line center rotation. Okay. See the line strip? See the line strip, how it goes up? See that? See how open that is through track system? Look at that. Look at that line strip. See it? It's amazing how open it is, right? So it's amazing how I have to force line centers and put you guys in all E-field line rotation, especially when you go into high positions of invisibility, right? So exactly, intelligence is going to show you how you go into high level rotations and the birth line center to its pyramid and its activation to its circle to eye line center, a third eye position. So, all right, sitting in the egg chair, I saw an orb around the pyramid and a portal with the computer board, and I am right there. Okay, Cleopatra, great to see you. Okay, so I don't need to close it. I see everyone in chairs, lines coming from the upward. I have used the chair for a while, but didn't know what it was. It's comfy. Thought is standing. Yep. Handling me in a small device was guided to you. They're telling me to go to the center. Yep. So do everything that they tell you to do. Okay. You guys have to be aware of these things because you're coming across on so many levels of your position. You guys are the GFLs, and you have to understand how to use the councils of your system to its communication, right? So, very busy day, guys. Very busy day. Yeah. Once you go into the center guideline system and you turn into visibility, you go into the center positions of a pyramid, and then you be given a hieroglyphical glass line center. Now it's positioned to a structure of invisibility. So it's all about understanding your graph line center, how to communicate in the abstract line system, how you set up a computer operation to graph line connections. It interchanges your positions to your coloration path and opens all track line connections and remote line locations. Hold on a sec. Yeah, do that now. Okay. Yeah, there's like 2,500 bed up there.
Well, I think that,
60,000.
yes.
All right. So, how's everybody doing so far? It's exciting, isn't it? It's incredible force when you track the line center rotations, guys. You have to understand your position locations. So, Yeah. Delta works transferring colors. Truth, every color is a feather. Pyramids is just a frame of cold. Yeah. Learn saw them when I started. I had a small control panel. Very good, Jill. You understand how to use that to select the line center. Yeah. I told to go to the center of the earth. It's a station. This is where we connect with the pyramids. Very good. Center of operation is U through calculations. Understand the pyramid activation line centers. Each pyramid is in line center rotation to the earth. Its center and its location to its center position. To understand what pyramids are used for through laser directions. This is where you come into the cosmic universal line center, the universe line conditions, the Gaussian interference line conditions, operation line conditions, time comparison locations, vortex activation core line conditions, and all conditions of you through your placebos and your cortex. Your thought connectors are going to high force line center more to the mind line system rotations. You come into light track line center rotations. You're coming into co-line centers, light interference. There's a lot of things you guys are coming into to code reference. So we are transforming color lines and emitting to pouring it down into a lot of Zen. Yeah. I see a glowing orb in the middle of us. Huge web with all pyramids. Yeah. I see a huge ostrich that was going in a spiral in the sun. So you guys are going into your definition line centers, which is fantastic. So you're coming into light track system. So one light, one bear of light, okay, is communicate to all one universal line system, to one galaxy line connection, which is very powerful. And that's just one track of light, guys. One solar light. You have to understand what it is. So that's what you guys are coming into, right? Truly understand the communication and its intelligence of its light. And everything through connections, even laser is intelligence, how to communicate with that system. How you get one pyramid here, one pyramid here, one pyramid here, one pyramid here. And it's like, it's all set up, right? UFO comes in, right? Right? It's amazing how it tracks the system locations, guys. Everything's done by coordinate line interference. So it's very powerful when you come in these positions of light track system locations. All right. Grid, yeah. I can see the pyramids network on my device and all the connected to the pyramid grid. It's like a game. I can travel wherever I want. Yeah, very good, Amber. By using the grid, see, when you go through the pyramids, you understand why you have a portal for each and one of you through your mirrors, right? It gets easier as you go along. And then when you go to higher levels, you can use your phone as a reflector, okay, to the gamma operation line center. Okay, it's truly understand what you're seeing when you're seeing your phone and you're seeing a mirror, right? So it's communicating with you. See that? It's communicating with you, right? And then it comes to you. See that? And then it reacts. Right? Very cool. Very cool. Laser light show. Flux capacitor with direct connection to the sun and the moon power source. Yeah. Laser light show. Yeah. In position. Yeah. The aerial is splitting up in 4 aerial triangles. Right. So you guys getting high rise on what's going on with your pyramids now and how to use this through track system. It's very powerful how you use the cosmic flame, cosmic flyer, the elixir, okay, in all formation line centers of the serpent flame and the serpent fire. Okay. So that's what you guys are coming into, right? Your position is your voice grid line center. It's the communication cycle to location line systems. It's all about you through the grid line center of everything through calculations, understanding what a pyramid is to you, to all track systems of other pyramids. Okay. I'm a flux capacitor with direct connection to the sun and moon power source. Very good. So you have to understand how to use the sun as a reflector. All right. To track line center to the modem of the moon. So to understand the source recognition of the sun and the operation programs of the moon, of the modem interference positions. You plug it in, the inner and the outer course line system, the input and the output, right track, left track, right? Right hand, left hand, right? In position line conditions, right? It's interesting how you graph this line systems. So it makes a lot of sense why this is the moon and this is the sun. That's what it does every day. But we have to come in a fifth dimension of that's what we have to come into. The full cycle line center rotation position is the atom setup. Now it's communication to high force line center. You're in a fifth dimensional line center. Now that's a trap interference line connection to light interference location. The high position to the calculation modification is all levels of the moon track system locations, right? So it's all about coming into an atom of a full rotation, right? It makes sense as you go higher to light track system rotation. Hooah! Laser light show, yeah. Okay, so let's see. I found my handheld device, little remote glowing. I'm using my hands to unlock the doors to the room where the energy is stored. I press the button and go. I'm being shown the code by Orion. There you go. In position line centers there, Amber. How you connected to Jill, the track line centers. Because Amber and Jill and track line center to pyramid line center rotations. So they have to understand their computer graph location line connections. That's why she's given instructions to Orion. This is energy that came from me last night, and that's what it is, Amber, from the mirror of its portal. Don't be afraid. It's given to you. All right. We are pulling out the uncreated raw polar change to it. It's magnetic field. Yep. I'm being fed information by Orion. See? Seeing water flowing in narrow shadow tracks on the floor, following the water. Okay. This way we can create the new light. Very good, Ellen. I'm showing the codes of how to use the remote, and that's what you have to do. Use the remote, then you understand the modem of the moon, guys. There you go. Crying, this is so real. It's very real. How can it not be real? I see a DNA that's made a formation to the creation with a long head, tall neck, and skeleton body. It led me to the spinning atom. Yep. Yeah, those are track lines. There's a skeleton line interference. The positions to the anti-mantle line connections. All right, it's like Wolverine without the metal. Metal face line center rotation position. Anti-mantle. Anti-mantium. So we are putting the new Eve setting in position. Yep. So it's amazing how you track this line center communications. They're all done through DNA track locations. All right. Yeah. To the spinning atom. And that's what I'm talking about, the spinning atom. That's what we have to get into. Everything I give you is information line center, but you have to truly understand your itineraries, right? Okay, because now you're in position to get this every single day through your structures, guys. You have to really understand how to communicate with lights, your hands and your finger point line communications of yourself. So we put in a new, yep. Water is flowing towards the center of the pyramid. There's a large pool in the middle with a big golden orb floating above it. I see a cord connecting me to Orion. All information is coming from here now. Yep, exactly. Exactly, Orion's belt. The remote seems to melt to Jill. Can you see what happens? Told me to be shown how to leave safely. Yeah. So it's important to know how to use the remote to the modem, right? The input and everything through the output. Input, output, input, output, input, output. It's everything. So the modem is the track line system, right? To the moon. And everything, the core line center to radiation line center to positions to your shades and shadows is the sun. The sun sets up all levels of your visionary line connections, which connects to all levels of Orion's belt of center rotation. So flux capacitors on both sides of the pool connecting to the orb. Numbers are melting. Okay. Yeah. It's great that you guys are going through this track line center rotations into visibility into actually what's inside a pyramid. All right, let's see here. And you guys have to be highline center. I see everyone in chairs, lines coming from and upward. Very good, Samantha. So I'm just backtracking, see, making sure you guys are on track lines and rotations, understand your identifications to your chairs. It's very important. So it's class in space through a pyramid inside line center. All right. Okay, the remote is now in my hands. Yep. So basically, it's all position of Jill and all position of Amber. How to use the remote to the modem up to the moon. Right. Let's see. After using the remote, pyramids kind of shape-shifted into a line of light spectrum. Very good. I can see both of what you experiencing. It's amazing. Hands are remote. Yep. Large circles glowing in front of each of us individually. Okay. It's our energy in our hands. Very good. We now control the pyramids. And there you go. Is that interesting? Now control the pyramids. So you guys are now birthed through your own pyramid locations. Right? So you have to pay attention to this because now you're all activated to all global network line center through the Earth position of its grounds. That's why you have to pay attention. So light systems, you can't ignore light anymore because it will react to you. It's all central. All right. And we use the pyramids on Highline Center. You understand how to use the wave system locations. And this is where it comes into the second wave. So it's volunteers, how to use the pyramids. Right? So now you have control of your pyramids and all position locations. Right? So when intelligence comes to you, you know exactly how to use it through your GODs. All right. You're getting the color orange. You guys should be able to see each other now. I'm getting the color, the thrones are the four sides of the pool. I'm sitting in one of them. Embers sit in the other thrones. Yep. The question came as how the human is created, looking to the sun. Tetrahedron is created in multiples, one into another, and the human is emerging from it. Yeah, I said that multiple lines centered to the sun rotation line conditions. That's a circle track location to its heart reactor. That's how you are created through shades and shadows, right? Your sun creating that through you, through the central system. Modifies your line centers to the modem of the moon and sun track systems of your dreams, which is visionary connection. So that's the creation of humanity into high position. So we wait for our family. Holy powerful. We are the priestess of tarot cards. Okay. Amber and Ellen and I are networked together. It's like a chorus singing tones toward the pool. I'm seeing the colors changing, glowing of each of your faces. Wow. Whoa. I feel leaves of trees. I'm crying now. Yeah, this is what we have done together before. We are remembering. That's it. We are remembering what is going on now in full communication. The code lines in the sky are in relation to our code line center. We can create weather by interacting with our code line center. There you go. See? Samantha is in communication line centers, how to use her pyramids and a perception line interference, and how she can use the code lines to skyrocket surface. Truly understand two galaxy line center, how we look at the atmospheres of nothing but a digital graph of laser connection and simulation. So I feel I'm there, but somehow not connected like the others. I don't know. Do you see me there? Yeah, you're there, Diane. You're in there. You're lost in a little bit of space line center. That's okay. Change position line centers to Diane. Put her in allocate line center. Invisibility, give her graph line center structure locations. Put them in the pyramid location line center. Yeah. Put her with the team line center rotations. Diane, yeah. Okay, there you go. So Diane, you're with everybody, the line center rotations. You're given an itinerary, your structure line center. So intelligence is giving you what you need to know through connections. So you guys are all activated to your own pyramid line center rotations. Right? So every time you see a pyramid, wherever you go to all levels of countries, you're now in position of birth line connection. So if they're staying where I am in Mexico. So pretty amazing how you set up everything through plasma of a formula. Pretty wild, eh? So Yeah. And then you understand what travel is through a mirror or anything through portals of a wall or the grounds. But now you know what pyramids are. They're the central operations, yeah, to the grid line centers to Earth, high position locations to the modems of the moon, and centralized systems of calculation modifications of radiation and gamma interference and radioactivation line connections to the sun. So, the mirrors are waters, yes. They come into the ground line center of you through rotation. Once you understand how to use the mirrors, they come in. All right. Very cool. I see your hand in the mirror. See? It becomes more real. And that's what I want you guys. But now you're controlled through your own pyramids now. So you have to really, really pay attention. You can't no longer ignore light and all formations. Light track systems, light ground information line center rotations, lights coming from a glass. So everything to connection to a high position location is your reflectors of all level systems of your rainbow activation, your body track line center. So truly understand how powerful you are now. Your invisibility is in track system to its intelligence, right? Because they know you now through light. So it's all about remembering. The orb is like a crystal ball, plasma mirror. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. That's what the intelligence of the Skeletor line center was telling you through the antimantium, the atom line center rotation, the structural locations, how it centers operations to your mirror and opens up your plasma connections to your force line system rotation. So, yeah, you get a little bit of nausea, right? Because you're traveling through line center, the space. I see each one of us in the room, the point of the star. We all need to merge our point of the star to merge in the middle of the activate of the grounds. There you go. Right. Circle rotation comes into formation. The galactic variation light connections comes into their own wave of central system. That's the second wave of volunteer. All right. We are the fountains of birth. Yep. It's a UFO. Yep. It's making sense now, isn't it, Cleopatra? I'm getting the feeling that we can interact with the code line frequencies by listening to the wind, our feeling around us and hear, and then see the code frequencies and our mind and ears and voice box line centers. Yes, very good, Samantha. We need to unlock the grounds. Very good, Cleopatra. Kind of a UFO. Using the senses as the mind as a reference when interacting. Excellent. Can we be animated to a UFO? Yes, you can in high timeline center. I can feel it in the back of my head. Yeah, spine rotation line center rotations coming to high position locations, right? So the higher you go, the more you connect through light and pyramids and activations and codes and portals, right? And universal line centers to plasma and forming locations to its equation. Yeah, it's very powerful. You guys are coming into high level rotations now. I can understand why you guys are connected to the second wave as volunteers, right? Now you have to understand how to use your pyramids. You guys are getting a better understanding now, right? So this is going to put you guys into weather, which is great. Be able to control your weather, stop the rain, bring out the sun, right? There's this line center rotation to its conditions. So we go through the equation interference, and then you come and did this high line center rotation. So you guys are going to come into this. Remember, we start over this. You come into this. All right. We come into this, and then we come into this. This is what we're going to come into next, from this to this. All right? From this to this, okay? And this equals line center to conditions of planets. All right? From this to this to that. Okay? So we're looking forward to that. You guys are doing a fantastic job when you come to the pure line center to its structural locations here, with its locations to its light track system. So, all right, have so much energy rushing through me right now, twitching, checking out each pyramid, different elements in each pyramid. It's so amazing to travel as a group. Yeah, you're all as a team, and that's why it's so powerful. We're above the pyramid looking into different dimensions. The pyramids is That's from the corners into little pyramids. Very good. Some have planted and some have shapes. I'm dripping pyramids. Yes. Command of voice. That's it. I see the 4 elements, pyramids in different colors. There you go. See? So you have to understand what pyramids are used for. We track the line center rotations. So in position, I'll show you here through location line connection. It's very powerful. You see these things. So you got the ground line centers. Okay, so you got 4 positions of pyramids. Okay, in line center. In this track system, 4, right? So a UFO line comes in, scans each one to line center rotations. 4 division line center rotations to its connections. High positions, its high level rotations. Sends out structural line center to the center line connections to all positions. All right. Now, because of different shapes, you're going to get 4 different UFO line center rotations. Once they go into the scan line center rotations, the center of its connection is its atom. And this is where it comes in the intermental of the skeleton line center of intelligence that you met. It's all positioned to its location of an atom line center rotation. It comes into a plasma line interference channel, which comes into T reception of a web line of a rotation center line connections. Okay. Once it comes in that positions, we set up the pyramid line center to each direction line system. Allocate line center rotation. Okay. In position. There you go. All set up. The pyramid line center, 3 color line center rotations. Okay. So it's amazing how we see these through track system. Allocate line center rotations. And once you get into that positions, you now set up all crop circles in location line connection. All right. It's amazing how you go through circle rotations, all division line center rotations. It comes into its own crop circle locations, guys. Very powerful when you understand how to use pyramids and locations to crop circles. All right. So now you understand the compilation line center to all set up positions to an atom line center, how it sets up all levels of your pyramid activations to 3 crop circle locations to an atom rotation. So it gets easier once you guys understand more. The pyramids become scales, changing back to being chameleon, yep, as I felt before class. Wow, the pyramids are merging into a Merkaba we can control. Yep, you can control your Merkabas because you're in 60 ground information line centers. You can control high-level rotations. You're in your birth locations of your pyramids now, the activations. And your central line center is positioned to your light track system location. We can take it and put it in our hearts. Yep. We can feel our beginning cells of building blocks. Very good. And that's why I want you guys to come into Soul Generation Line Center to cell correction line connections, audio interference, audio channel line connections, or anything through cell block line center. I see all cells glowing, cells changing and merging, yeah, with each towers, each other. Oh, wow. Merkaba direct connection to heart. I'm glowing. Yeah, I saw it glowing. We're all one. I feel my cells glowing. Yes, you are. See? Now you understand your connections of your second waves and your volunteers. Like, what is the volunteer? So, to give a heads up on Dolores Cannon, she's going to come to you in high-level system rotations. Okay, she's going to go into your individual system to its heartline center. And she's going to tell you the birthline centers of you through position, how you became the second generations of volunteers. So that's something to look forward to, right? She's looking forward to that. Everything's in timing, all right? Now we're coming into central line systems of the third waves. And then the fourth wave is already set up. What is the fourth wave? Well, let's go in position line connections. Let's see it through track system. Now, allocate line center to its conditions. It's interesting come to this track system locations. All right, so the 3 waves is also connections of the triangle, right? 3 waves, right? But it's positions of 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 wave line center. Okay, which is all positions to calculation. Center rotation line center positions come as a high-level track systems of high position line connections to, you guessed it, birth line center of mother and birth line center of father communications of 144 activations, 1,000 line crystal position location. Okay. So it's interesting how you come in that track system, right? The birth line center is set up to track line rotation. So we're all coming into 144,000 activations of crystal. Okay, 2 line center rotation. In communication line center rotations, activate 2 line center rotation. Okay, 144,000 activation line centers to its location. But once you come into your diamond core line centers, the heart comes into rotation to its connections. All right, let's go into marker resolution line center in positions. So it's important how you guys start with your triangles and then you come into your diamond position line center. So once you come into that track line system rotations, it centers all levels its activation to its flux capacitor interference channel to its line connection. Okay. So it's amazing how it comes to track line center of rotation to connections, holograph its line center to sonar line center rotation connection. Okay, coming into 0.1111.01 activation. So it comes into heat signature of telepathy of signatures. Okay. It's interesting. Come to this telepathy of signature line center interference locations. Puts everybody into the 5th dimension, a 5-track location. Okay. So that's what's going to happen next. I give you exactly what's going to happen next. So you go into the correlation line center of heat signature patterns, and the information line center to its pyramid activation core system is going to put you in high positions to do telegraphing of telecommunication. So yeah, so that's why I put you guys in your pyramids now, so you can remember more, right? Your track line center is coming into position locations where you can basically control the weather, so you inside, which controls everything outside. All right, let's see here. Where are we? This is so amazing. We're all exchanging energy, but we are all the same energy. Exactly, that's what it is, but just different perceptions now. We're all glowing and raising up. I'm blowing bubbles. Celestial. Okay, we're floating and playing. We are now light bodies flying up to the sun. I see ourselves surrounded in Merkaba. Okay, good. Golden light is coming out of the fingers. Okay, drink water, everyone. Very powerful. All right. Central line system is finished to location. So you're out of your body experience line center of the pyramids to high positions to invisibility. So congrats, everybody. Floating, glowing lions. Yep. Controlling the weather now, making rainbows. Yep. See a mark. You want to try? Yep. So when you guys go outside, you're connected to your pyramids now. So big. The sky is full of rainbows. So your light track system. So all levels of your Merkaba. Your Tesseract is your communications, high levels of digital line center of Vega communications. The centralized systems to your tetrahedron is allocating line centers to its mode of the moon line system, which is a magnetic force line system. And everything through your laser directions of your pyramids is in visibility of its track system of calculation. So light bolting coming from fingers. Yes, me too. I feel good with this. Awesome. See? Feel different now, eh? You feel more connected now, right? Because all your pyramids are activated through your templates. Remember, it's not just travel, guys. It's about you remembering who you are, right? I'm positioned to basically put everything in positional locations of the second and third waves and the fourth wave cycle. Once we come into the diamond core line center, we come into high position locations of yin and yang. The mantras of communications, the Dalai Lama, okay, in high rotation to its connections, and the Buddha to all levels of ground formation. So I'm seeing, okay, you guys are, connecting really. Hi, Rise. I see lightning in our heart centers. Yeah. Whoa, this is incredible. Thank you. You're welcome. I feel little bells everywhere. Take care. Okay, Mary, take it easy. Yeah, Mary, you're going to find a lot more balance now because the thing is, you guys, your pyramids weren't activated. Your chakras were activated at the beginning to get you in the central line system, but now your pyramids are all activated to your templates. So now you're in a higher position of locations. So that's fantastic. You're welcome. You're welcome. So you guys are going to feel a bit more comfortable with each other, knowing a lot more to each other. All right. So I'm going to head over to TikTok. All right. Any questions or comments? Let me know. Tomorrow we go into high position line centers of communications to solar chakra energy cells, vacuuming anything in your body line center and taking everything out of a virus line system to your computer operation of cell generation. Adios.